Well, it's the beginning of the month, so we have a brand new fabulous folded card dies, and this time it is Twisting Pop-Up. And let me show you what that looks like. So here's the card, and when you open it, voila, that's the Twisting Pop-Up. This is a favorite with card makers, and now it's so easy to make. So please come play with us. Well, as you can see, there are 4 dies, and I've got them right under here. And there is the pop-up that exploded out. This is the pop-up mechanism. And then there are 2 of these labels that go onto this mechanism. And as always with Fabulous Folded, the instructions and diagrams are right on the back of the package, so that just keeps everything together. Now let me show you what you're going to do. So you're going to die cut out. Certainly this is the piece that goes right here. I've got a little note to myself. This is the mechanism, and then you're going to want 2 of each of the labels. So I'm just going to set those aside for right now. Now this mechanism will go inside your card. The cards that we're using are our regular 5 by 6.5 inch cards. You can use different sizes, but just want to let you know that that's what we've done. So when you first do this piece, you will see these score lines. And you're going to want to score them, you're going to want to fold on those lines with a mountain, a valley, and a mountain, just like that, okay? So that's going to get us ready. Then the second piece is really the most important, and this is the mechanism. And this mechanism, again, has multiple score lines on it. There's one in the center. There's an X in the middle, okay? And what you'll want to do is to take this and first fold it in half, and that's going to give us a valley fold. Then you're going to take each of those diagonals and make a mountain fold, just like that. So all 3 of them. And when you're folding them, what that does is it loosens the fibers of the cardstock and it makes it more pliable. Now, as you can see, we have already added extra sticky tape. Now, this is the 1/2 inch, and there are 2 pieces on each of those triangles, and that's where those go. And when you have them folded and that those are nice and pliable, you're simply going to take these outside short ends and bring them together like so, just like that. Now, as always, a bone folder will be handy, and that will just, again, make them more pliable. Now, you'll want to put extra sticky tape on the left tab, okay? That's what it shows in the directions. Then you're going to turn it over and put the same 1/2 inch wide extra sticky tape on the left tab, okay? Now, the other thing we're going to do is we're going to attach this mechanism to the pop-up mechanism. So this is our opening piece. And you want to, in fact, it shows you right here in the diagram. So this is what we've done. We've done the folding. We've done the folding. This is when we put the extra sticky tape on it. Now we want to take this piece that you have already folded, and we want to make sure that the 2 folds are at the top, okay? There'll be another fold. It'll be at the bottom. There'll be these loose pieces. They'll be at the bottom. So put it horizontally. And this is 3 inches wide. In fact, we'll get in just a little bit closer so you can see. And as I said, it's 3 inches wide. We want to make a mark at the one where it's in half, so at the 1.5 inches. So can you see that mark? That mark is going to line up with this line right here, okay? So what we'll do is we will remove the extra sticky tape, that top layer, like so. Now you can't see anything, right? And then we want to place this so that it's going to be just over the sticky part, and that this dot is going to line up with that straight line. So just like this. Okay, and that adheres it together. Then I'm going to bring this other leg on top. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pull off the liner of the extra sticky tape and get that ready. And then I'm just going to place it down on top of this, and I want to make sure that it is just nice and straight, just like so. Okay, now that will allow this to open up. Now, how do we get this into our card, you might ask? Well, we're going to take our card and we're going to place the fold at the top. And I did the same thing. I put a dot in the center of it. So this is 6.5 inches, so at 3 1/4. Okay, that's our math for the day. Then we're going to place the point right at that dot. We want to make sure it's straight. And then you will, just to make this super easy, you'll remove the liner. And again, this is a couple of pieces. So we pause a moment while I get my fingernail under there and get this working. I may not, this is in place, and then we simply fold the card, just like that. Turn it over, and you're going to repeat the process. So just remove the liner, and then what's going to happen is that when you open your card, this is going to expand, just like you would expect it to. Super easy. So much easier than doing the measuring and so forth on your own. And again, this is the card that's shown on the packaging. This is using the Woods and Woodland paper collection. And this is one paper. Isn't that nice to have that on the front of a card? This is a cutout from the piece. And as we open it, pow, there it goes. And those are all the pieces from that same collection. You can see that Debbie did her card out of the solid Wood and Woodland, and then has done the papers on the inside. Again, you don't have the papers going over that score line because you want to keep that free. And it just works so nicely. And she does have die cuts down here and some little words and phrases right there, tiny words and phrases. So that's our first. Now, let's see what our Teresa has done. Oh, I guess the one thing I didn't tell you, okay, let me bring this back. I'm going to open this up, is that these pieces will fit perfectly on here. And as I said, we've got two shapes. So they're going to go just exactly. So we've got one shape that's got rounded corners, and we have another shape that's got a little bite out of it in the corners. Okay, so that's going to go. Okay. Now we go on. Now we get to see what Teresa's done. Okay, here's her first card. And this is using Mystic Moon, and this is using the 6x6. So she has put the paper on the front. She's matted it on the Mystic Moon solid and placed, this is the cutouts, 3 cutouts from it. And of course, that ribbon is from the purple ribbon set. And the flowers are from, they're titled Kismet. And this is from our friends at 49 & Market. So that does a nice job for the front of our card. And let me just open this up. You ready? Okay, pow. There we go. Isn't that pretty? And don't you like the sparkle that the Dazzles give it? So not so big. Thank you. So you can see now Debbie had pretty much covered the inside of her card. Teresa elected to do a smaller piece on each side. And again, this is from the 6x6 Mystic Moon. She did did her die cutting out of the solid Mystic Moon. You can see it right here. And there is the purple that she used for the mechanism. And then for her tags, she went back to the Mystic Moon 6x6 pattern, and also all of those little greetings. So always thinking of you, you're brighter than all the stars, you outshine them all, hope this brightens your day, you are a great friend. Well, wouldn't you feel loved and appreciated with all of that? I certainly would. And those are in the cutouts that are in the 6x6. Now to add that sparkle, Teresa has used our purple border Dazzles, and you can see that they have a silver foiling on the edge. And the You Are a Great Friend, well, that comes from the Mystic Moon die cuts. So that has been added. So you can see how pretty that is. And typical Teresa Everything is lined up perfectly. And doesn't that dazzle edge, it gives kind of a nice scallop, but the paper, of course, is just cut straight. So she's placed 2 at each end and then right along each of the tags. So that works nicely. Okay, this is her first card. So she's used the paper collection to create her card, added some ribbon and some flowers. For her next one, she has done something else. She has used a cutting die, and this is a combination of 2 different product lines. So the papers come out of poppies, and here it is. This is the 12 by 12 poppies, bright, pretty colors. And she has also used the cutting die from the Meadow Blooms, and these are Teresa has used them as silhouettes, and she did that on the product video too. And these are die cut out of the Black Mary. Now, you can see on the card how shiny they are. Really, really nice. So what she has done on her card front is to take her pattern paper, simply glued it. The strip and the rectangle that she's done, by the way, those sizes are down below. You can just click on the card and it will take you to the directions. They'll be on the right side of your screen. You can even print them off if you want to, which I always like to do. It's handy. So she has got these 2 pieces and she's keeping in the yellows, but that pop of black is so interesting and so pretty. And that comes from our Fancy Border Dazzles in primary colors. Now this is the black. By the way, that black sheet is going to be your free gift if you get the Money Saver. So just wanted you to know that. And you can see that she's placed it here. She matted this piece and this piece on the Black Mary. And I love how she's got the flowers coming from underneath this cutout and on top of it. So just really, so underneath it and on top of it, just really striking, don't you think? And I thought it was fun that she brought this in green onto the yellows. So very, very nice. Now we're gonna go inside. You ready? We're gonna pop, and there you go. Wow, look at that. And I like how she has die cut this out of the 12 by 12 pattern. And her pieces are also die cut out of those. And isn't that gorgeous? These dies are a little bit smaller. They're not giant. They measure about almost 3 inches tall, each of them. And they just fit perfectly. Of course, you can trim them off. Now, the words that are there, they are from the Tiny Words and Phrases. This is the primary colors, as was the border set. So just does a really nice job. And again, like the front of her card where she's got those popping up, she's got the same thing happening on the inside of her card. And I have to tell you, I've not seen that before, and I love it, absolutely love it. 2 pieces. And on the front, she did the yellows and green, but on the inside, she's doing pink and yellow. And these strips are matted onto the Mary. And then she's also used those border dazzles, which you're gonna get. And you can see blessings, live, laugh, love, make a wish, and it's a happy birthday card. So really beautiful, just beautiful. Not only that, there's an extra little bonus of the technique of using those cutting dies in such an effective manner. The other thing that Teresa did that I do want to point out is you can see it more on the inside of her card on these tags. She did use the Mustard Prism ink pad along with her blending brush to add just a shadow along the outside. I think you can really see it on that close-up shot. Thank you, Jeanette. That works nicely. Okay, now let's see what she has for her last card. So we've had 2 cards that have been horizontal. This time, Teresa has done a 5 by 5 card. Now, how do you get that? Well, you take our 5 by 6.5 inch cards. They come flat, but they're scored, so you simply fold it. And you're going to place it with the fold at the top. So this is already 5 inches, so you're just going to cut off 1.5 inches. That way you've got it. And the envelope that comes with the cards and envelopes will, of course, fit your now 5x5 card. Now, this is Strawberry Delight collection, and you can see, and I'm wondering, okay, so what is Teresa going to do that's different for this card? Well, let me show you. When I open it up, it's got hearts. Yes, and Teresa has done a pattern. There's a download for you, and you can see that you're going to fold on the dotted lines and you're going to cut on the straight lines. So you can take this cutting die and change it into hearts. Very nice for lots of occasions that come to mind. Keep it around for Valentine's Day. Okay, so let me go back and just walk you through this. So in this case, she has also used the 6x6. This is Strawberry Delight, which is a brand new collection. And you can see that she has also done some inking. And what she used is the Earth Red, which is kind of a brownish red right along the outside edge. And I love that look. It's just really nice. Now, to go along with the Strawberry Delight, she also used the die cuts. And so that you are the sweetest pick of all, that is one of the die cuts. It's been foam taped on front. And you can see that small border, small overall print has been cut as a border. It has been matted on the Strawberry Delight solid cardstock. There you go. So that has a whole collection. And the Always Thinking of You, that is one of the cutouts from the package. Now you can see the jute that has been wrapped around that border at the top, and that's such a useful tool, isn't it? But do you see those drops? There you go. Okay, those dewdrops, well, they're actually dewdrops, and they come like this. They are self-adhesive. You've got several different sizes, and Teresa has used them down here, right here, up here, on the strawberry itself. Really nice. Okay, let's go on to the inside of our card and see what's going on there. Now, Teresa has two smaller pieces of the Strawberry Delight, and she's matted each of them on the solid. For the hearts, you're going to need just a little bit of something else to learn about this. So your mechanism is going to work just fine, but when you cut these out, you're going to want to place them a little differently on the mechanism. So let me show you what Teresa's given us. Notice how this is placed on the side, okay? So that's what you're going to want to do, is to do the same thing. Put your extra sticky tape on the triangles, on the legs of this piece, on legs of both sides. But notice right here that it goes at an angle. So this is the 1/2 inch, and then it's going to go down. So you want to make that, because the heart is a slant, and so we want to just capture it perfectly and not have extra sticky tape sticking to something else. Does that make sense? Okay, are you nodding your head? I think you are. So what you'll do is you'll do the exact same thing. Remove the tape, and this is little bit, it's just doing the shoulder of the heart, so it's just going along the shoulder of the heart. And then it's going to do the same thing when you remove the tape on the other side and attach it, and then this is going to fold out as you would expect. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it. Let me just show it to you in action. And I think it's really nice that Teresa did that. Just pop it up. Now, all of these are the cutouts, and you've got the dewdrops. Notice something else, that she's got another cutout, Unforgettable You, and You Are the Chocolate to My Strawberry. Both of these are kind of going off that inner paper, and I think that is a nice technique too, just something to be aware of. So she's done, as always, something different in all three of this collection. So there we go. So we have fabulous folded twisting pop-up card, and I know if you've been a card maker for a while that this is going to be a favorite. Kind of like our waterfall card cutting dies, that's also just been such a giant seller, and this I predict is going to be the same. Now, if you are interested, we do have a subscription. And the subscription is like this. Every month, you will get the cutting die in advance from this webisode so that you'll have it. You know you're always going to have an idea on the package, just like this one. And then when the webisode comes, you've got even more ideas. You will get a 10% savings, and you will get a free goodie every month. And I showed you the dazzles that you're going to get, and you saw how effectively they were done on that second card. If you are new to Fabulous Folded subscription, you will also get a 3D bow cutting dies, and that will work very nicely. So we do invite you to sign up for the subscription. You will not be surprised. Now, the price does change every month, but we'll guarantee you what you will make will be, as we say, fabulous. So, as I said, all of the directions are down below, and so that makes it easy, including the download for that last card and those hearts. So that's there for you. The Money Saver, which is going to be this and the dazzles, is also on the right side of your screen, along with the subscription. If you are watching us on YouTube, we do hope that you will like, that you will subscribe, and that you will comment. Love to know what you think. And head on over to paperwishes.com, take advantage of the Money Saver, take advantage of the downloads and all the instructions, and we'd love to have you with us. We do about 20 webisodes every month, so we've got lots of creativity flowing from our fingers to yours, and that makes us all very happy. Thank you, Teresa, for another wonderful collection of ideas, and thank you for joining us and for being the very best part of Paper Wishes. Bye-bye.